When you focus on an ocean of positivity instead of puddles of negativity, you lose the need to have to prove yourself to anyone, allowing you to just be yourself and attract the right people who will love you for it.
On the count of three, I want you all to say street. 1, 2, 3.
Word, because they love it. They embrace it. I know what he means when he says it. But this young man is carrying that tradition down that I love oh so much. I need everybody to the top of their lungs to say, street!
From the moment fans seen his carefree attitude, youthful energy, and unmatched drip that he wore with confidence, it became impossible to root against Streetbud. He seemed to always be the youngest person in every room, yet he always commanded attention effortlessly. It takes time for many rappers to find their lane, but Street was always 10 toes down in his, and he's only gotten better as he aged. So how did Streetbud go from the youngest winner of the rap game, season 4, to being the youngest signed to Quavo's Honcho Records? Well, today we're going to take a look at Bud's rise and see how Streetbud even had his competition rooting for him by the end of the season. But like always, first we have to take a look back to see the building blocks that once put together created the unforgettable personality that had everyone yelling. First thing first, like always, man, I gotta give a special shout out to you, the viewer. I appreciate anybody that's taking their time to like these videos, comment, subscribe, share, whatever, man. I just appreciate y'all for taking y'all time. I do know how valuable it is. Secondly, I'd like to give a special shout out to Streetbud himself. He was the first person for the rap game to request their own videos. You know I had to show him some love on this one. Without further ado though, let's go ahead and blast back into this. Born on July 30th in 2004, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Jeremiah, aka Streetbud, came up in a way that so many of us can relate to. His mother, Corey, would have to grow up fast after having Street as a teen, and with his father being in and out of prison by the time he was the age of 4, it would be up to her and the village that she created around Bud to raise him. North Carolina at the time didn't have the same opportunities for growth, so Corey would make a jump to Atlanta. This turned out to be a great decision for them and opened up so many doors. Street would be introduced to rap through some of the rappers that influenced him, like Bankroll Fresh or his uncle 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz really like my uncle. Like, I used to be in the studio with 2 Chainz when I was 5 or 6. Like, niggas don't know that. Like, I really been in the mix since I was walking. Like, he really like my uncle though. Like,
at the early age of 5 or 6, Streetbud would start a trend of being the youngest in the room, and it's a trend that will follow him throughout his career. Streetbud got his rap name from his experiences growing up in the streets, but he always remained a leader, trying to show a positive outlook, even in not the greatest situations, which prompted him to push other youth to just be themselves. And then he made the acronym for Bud stand for Be You Dude, so he combined the two. I've heard the age that he started rapping changed between a couple of interviews, so we'll just say that he started rapping between the age of 4 to 8. But Bud would start taking it serious in his first studio session at Street Exec Studios, where he would record his first track at age 11. In that studio session, he would get co-signs from some hip-hop heavyweights, like the late, great Bankroll Fresh. His energy has always been infectious. He would build notoriety doing shows around his area, and knew when it came to stage presence, he was unmatched. He would drop Get Your Mind Right, which was his first mixtape, where he would rap on some of his favorite beats with a positive message.
Get your mind right so you can live a good life. Say no to drugs, guns, and weapons, man. That can end your life.
Telling his fellow youth to hit the books, stay away from drugs and gun violence. By 2015, he would start his own YouTube channel where he would post his first videos. He would eventually catch Jermaine Dupri's attention, but missed the cut for the rap game season 3, so he ended up on season 4. Season 4's cast was full of rememberable faces. Lil Bree was a beast with the bars from H-Town. Jordan Young Air was the young lyricist. They had Rapunzel in that season. Well, I thought had bars too. And that was also the season of Ricky Biddy, who had one of the funniest moments all time of the rap game.
Cut the beat. Hey, Jenny. We had CD burners, no napkins. I'm talking straight trapping. So just chill. Ew.
Oh,
But from the jump, as soon as fans of the show got to see Streetbud, he was an instant favorite. His mama,
Corey, the winner in life, period.
who throughout the season showed, in my opinion, that she was the best manager that the rap game house had ever seen, always held it down for him and kept him styled right and just kept him on track.
Let me answer that question again. Without my mom, I would not have this if it was for my mom. I would not be on TV. So I want to give a big shout out to my mom.
With him being the youngest in the house, the challenges will push Streetbud outside his box. But because of that, the growth was exponential.
If you, for some reason, didn't win, who would you see winning this contract?
Streetbud.
And
It seemed each week he got better until ultimately he did win the chain. And I would say the contract as well, but at this point, I'm pretty sure no one's ever signed that contract after winning the rap game.
Are you signed with those over there? That's like really a question for my management. Like, I don't even feel like you guys.
But in Streetbud's case, that definitely might have been for the best. The exposure definitely helped him show the world what he was about, but he always seemed destined to be on a path of greatness either way. With his energy and the support he received from his mom, the moment when Streetbud got that chain was unforgettable in my opinion.
Oh my God. I did good.
After the show, Streetbud would continue working, keep dropping bangers, keep doing shows, and just keep trying to motivate the youth. He ended up getting one of his most viral records up until that point, No Cap, which currently is sitting over 1 million views on his YouTube page. He would end up dropping his debut album, Bud, but around that time is when he would get reached out to on IG by someone who was going to change the trajectory of his rap career. Rap star Quavo from the legendary group Migos, RIP to Takeoff as well, would see some similarities in Streetbud and himself, and he reached out to let Streetbud know his intentions of eventually signing him one day to his Honcho record label under QC. With his new management team, Solid Foundation, Streetbud would turn it up, leaning even more into that ATL sound. He even appeared on the QC project and made some tracks with Quavo. This is around the time where Street would get his own chains and leave his So Def pendant alone. With his custom Street Light piece and his Solid Foundation piece, Streetbud had 2 chains just like his uncle. And to ramp up around the time where he was dropping his album Back to the Lab, Bud would really start hitting the streets and traveling all over the country, doing shows everywhere, even occasionally running into fellow rap game alum or castmates like King Roscoe or Nia K.
They don't want to see me win. Regardless, I'ma do it anyway. Get me in the streets anyway. Stop the trash, I got the Nia K.
Whether it was to his mom or to his team, Street always seemed to have a strong loyalty to the people around him. Of course, his mom has always been there by his side, supporting every step of the way. Around this time, they would build a team that they could trust, like Nia K's cousin DJ Snowy, who would become a close friend of Streetbud and a big part of his team, DJing for him and helping him perform. Also like his cameraman Mike, who still seems to shoot videos for Streetbud to this day. I believe there's so much value in keeping the money in your circle and helping build the platforms of your family and friends around you. With hip-hop legends behind him and the pull of QC's brand, Street took over ATL, even killing shows at the halftime of the Atlanta Hawks game. And at the OTE League, even doing a show at South by Southwest for the Rolling Loud. Always one of the youngest in the room still. For his birthday, Streetbud would make a power move and get his first car, a Aston Martin. Unfortunately, not due to his own causes, it would eventually be wrecked.
Then I wrecked the Aston Martin.
What happened?
Man, I was driving and somebody ran into the back of me. Like, it wasn't my fault. I wasn't driving on no regulars. So before y'all try to get at me in the comments, I wasn't driving crazy. Now, an old lady ran into the back of me.
Oh, man.
But at the end of the day, it didn't matter. Streetbud was having his way with this rap industry, and he realized something early that a lot of rappers don't, and that was he needed to diversify himself and get money through businesses and not just rap.
Man, I salute the folks who just this they are. They putting everything straight music, but you also gotta have your side hustles, but the biggest rappers got side hustles, but all this money ain't coming from rap.
He was always really big into animals, even in his younger years, even saying at one point he thought about being a veterinarian when he was younger.
I've always been around dogs my whole life, so I always had a love for dogs. Like I knew when I got older that I was gonna do something with dogs. Like the first career I ever wanted to do was a veterinarian. But once I got to the rap shit, I'm like, man, I ain't finna be no veterinarian. I'm finna rap.
His love for dogs never left, and now he's even starting a kennel where he'll breed Frenchies. His mom also started an app, and of course she still was the owner of Kidchella, which was her artist development company. And now Street is even partnered with up-and-coming watch companies. With all this going on for Bud, he never forgot to give back to the kids. They hosted a summer camp for the youth out in the 4th Ward, where Streetbud was a counselor, and he just spent a lot of time with the kids just helping out.
At like a summer camp with the city they did in old 4th Ward. And I was basically, the counselor, you know what I'm saying? I love the kids. I had to come show the kids some love.
Even in his younger years, they did shoe drives to give shoes back to the communities. Of course, giving speeches at schools and just spreading his YNS message.
Like, it's really mainly having fun. Like, we ain't on all that old nigga shit, man. We want to go out, go bowling, go out, hit top golf. You know what I'm saying? That's some young nigga shit, you know what I'm saying? You could be on some young dumb nigga shit. See, that's totally different. Young dumb nigga shit, like, we just on some junkie shit. You want to break your cars and just pop pills and do all that dumb type shit. We on some straight young nigga shit. See what I'm saying?
I love that he was trying to spread the message of being able to have fun without being strung out on drugs or doing dumb stuff to get yourself locked up. Just genuine fun and experiences. He never lost that kid in him, and after all of his life's experiences, I think that's one of the most beautiful parts of his story. For Bud to bloom, he needed to continuously face the sunshine and turn away from the shade. And in my opinion, I only feel like it's a matter of time before his name is up there with some of the most successful rappers in the game. Now in 2023, he's showcasing all of this growth with his new music. That free bass freestyle he just dropped goes crazy, and if y'all haven't heard that yet, here's a little snippet.
I like a rep in this bitch, my little partner just looking with tech in this bitch. Mason my gel on my coat and young.
But that Out of Here music video he just dropped last week sounds like he's ready for his spot in the game. He even got me walking around singing.
Dripping in babe today, I put that shit on. I blocked the number again, she still keep calling my phone.
Out the era of the rap game kids who didn't have an opportunity to go on tour in 2017, it seems like it never phased Big Bud. And now that he's 18, he really about to have his way with this rap shit. In a world where you could be anything, Streetbud just continued being himself, but never settled, and always strive to become a better version of self. All that he's done up until this point is crazy to think that this is really just the beginning.
Being a role model is great. I like to see that kids look up to me, kids want to be like me, but like I say, don't follow me, follow your dreams.
This your boy Stone Astro, man. We're gonna do documentaries on anything around here. It looks like Nia K won the vote, so we're gonna make sure to turn her video up next. Like always, like, comment, subscribe if you made it this far. Help get this video out on the algorithm and more people could see Streetbud's story. But like always, we out of here, man. So go ahead and drop that outro.
I done said a lot of things that I can't take back, and if you wanna know the truth, there's a lot of good things that I know I like. I can't talk to you, I can't tell you.